everybody, and welcome to the RTF podcast, where we refresh your feed so you don't have to. My name is Matt, his name is also Matt, and this is episode 54.
Nice. The first try.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
We did it. First try today. Yeah.
Okay, Matt. See, start the podcast off right. I'm good.
Yeah, we did.
Start the podcast off right. Matt does the fucking intro. Let's get it.
Yeah, Matt did the intro. Matt has a new jacket.
Yeah. And, not fairly new, but
new to the podcast.
New to the podcast, at least.
Yeah.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm well. We're having our annual fall bipolarness here in Canada with the weather, which is great.
W, also an L. Because
Yep.
weather we talked about last week.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning and 3 degrees outside. And then you get to 3 p.m. and it is 15.
Yeah, what are you rocking? French vanilla there?
This is a French vanilla, as per the usual. It's that time of year.
Of course, it's about that time.
Yep.
In a minute.
Never been a
Lizzo.
Never been a pumpkin spice latte kind of guy.
No, I'm definitely not a pumpkin spice latte kind of guy.
Don't care about it.
But I don't know if we talked about pumpkin pie last week.
I believe
the
so.
highlight of my fucking week so far.
Yeah?
I've had it twice. Wow.
That's
big news.
yeah, huge news. The hugest.
Jumping into the first thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you've seen. There's a video going around. There's a lot of videos recently. Let me just talk about something. The last couple of podcasts, there's been a lot of videos, a lot of content, and I think that's the direction we're going to be moving in.
I think so.
Moving forward.
I think
I like the content embrace and stuff like that.
We're going to be a little more diverse here.
Yeah.
On our YouTube channel.
Right.
Check that out. YouTube.com/RTF podcast. Or refreshing the feed, I believe.
Yeah,
it is.
RTF podcast, either
or something like that.
But also keep an eye out for, if you're watching this or listening, keep an eye out for our clips. We're going to be chopping up the podcast into even more clips and like per discussion and things like that. So keep an eye out for those. I wanted to talk about, have you seen a video recently that's blown up about a guy fighting off a bear on a cliff?
On the cliff?
Oh my God.
That was wild.
Right, we'll watch it really quick just to refresh us.
We're gonna slap it up there on the screen just for everyone to see. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Okay, ready? And let's start it now. So he pushes the guy, right?
Yeah. It's.
Oh my God! Like he's seriously bashing him in.
First and foremost, that's what you have to do. By the way, like we don't have the audio rolling because we don't want it to break the microphones. But
he's screaming. He's screaming.
He's screaming at the top of his lungs, which is something you have to do. You have to make yourself. And I don't think that's not a full size grown bear.
No,
that is like a.
It's there though. It's a pretty big fucking bear. It's a pretty big bear. So in that scenario, right? A bear is attacking me. I'm on a cliff. I can't get my feet planted. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I go for sort of the open hand smack that this guy goes for, or like the closed fist sort of punch. But I go straight for the nose.
Yes.
Like if I land in the bear's mouth, I punch the bear in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Like whether he bites my arm off or not, he's definitely taking a solid right hand, like hook, like a nice one.
It's like it's the same thing. Apparently, I don't know. I don't go scuba diving, but apparently, when a shark comes at you, you're supposed to sink your fingers into its eyes, right, and then push it a direction, and that's what because that's obviously the weak spot.
Yeah.
So I'd assume it would be wise to do the same kind of thing. The nose, the eyes. You're basically fucked anyway, so you may as well put up a fight. I will say though, if you watch the video, he was running from it, and then he kind of slid down that hill or
the side of the hill, the side of the cliff, yeah.
And then the bear just took off right after and fell down the hill, and that saved his life.
Yeah,
if it was
he
equal,
pushed the bear had to climb up the hill.
Yeah.
Like climb up those rocks, right? First of all, my heart rate would be at like a gazillion. I think I'd have a heart attack.
I wouldn't survive. I would survive the bear attack and not survive the heart attack.
Yeah, I would have a heart attack for sure. There's no doubt about it. But I would definitely be in fight mode. 100%. No doubt I'd be in super fight mode. That bear would be getting the fucking work.
Yep.
Like the work. I want to know. Okay, obviously we're not very mobile guys.
Nope.
The most mobile. However, I've always wanted to, but I've never been so close-minded until maybe now about hiking in general. This sort of solidifies that hiking is not the greatest because I'm a big photography guy. Everybody knows that. I love photography. I love editing images and things like that. Hiking is sometimes a big part of it, right? Like getting that next level shot up in the fucking mountains and shit like that. But something about that video just like reinforces the fact that you're just so vulnerable, and like a hawk can come grab you like that, a bear, pretty much anything.
I mean, like that's why they make the bear spray like clip onto your
like that. I would need that.
Your back, but you need that. It's 100%.
Was it like pepper spray?
It's a little more than that, but there's places in Canada, like especially in the Vancouver area, or in BC, just in
I feel like BC would have a lot.
It's just like big and Alberta and everything of the
black
sort.
bears and shit.
The most, literally, but we have them here too. We have but you know what I mean. But the thing is, you have to you just gotta stay strapped.
Literally,
you gotta stay strapped. You're fucking
underrated weapon. Underrated weapon, a hatchet. For a scenario like that,
I feel like it would probably break.
No way. If I had like a sick hatchet.
Picture the same scenario, right? Where you're hanging on, and your hand is like in the rock, exactly like that video. Your hand is in the rock, and your other one's swinging at whatever. Yeah. At you have to swing down, right? And then it's gonna smack the rock face, and that's it. It's just like
no.
Yeah, you'll miss. It's gonna.
But that guy got some. I think he got maybe 6-7 good hits.
I mean, in comparison,
couple kicks.
In comparison to the bear itself, I don't think there was any good contact whatsoever, because that guy just shrugged it off. He was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But in terms of defending himself, he definitely did a good job. I will say though, I'm just gonna put it out there. 2007, Revenge of the Sith. High ground always prevails. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
If he didn't have the high ground, I'm telling you, Anakin, he would have been destroyed for sure.
If there's a lesson to be learned, you don't fuck with the high ground.
Yeah, okay? No, he needed the high ground for sure, 100,000%.
That's what I said. That's what I mean. If the bear didn't run off of the cliff, he would have been screwed. Because bear, I want you to think about it. Bears can run.
They can climb,
40 kilometers.
No, they can do everything.
They can climb. They can swim. They don't give a fuck. If they want to eat you, you're dead.
Yeah, you want to hear a funny joke? I'll tell you one thing they can't do. Play football. Womp, 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 womp. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my. Yeah, the fucking Bears suck this year.
Yep.
Can't. Anyway, have you seen also there's a video that I think it was old, though. I think it was very old. I think it was a YouTube short I was watching. Not a beluga whale. Not a beluga whale.
What?
Not a sperm whale. What's the massive one? Humpback whale?
Yeah.
The massive one that has it looks like a pelican. It's mounted like a pelican. No. It swallowed 2 people. 2 girls in California. It swallowed 2 girls. No. So they're like kayaking, or like the other one. I think the other one's called you swim on the board. And then you wake up. No. Like that, we were standing on the board and their thing. So these 2 girls are wakeboarding or kayaking, whatever it is, and the whale literally comes out of the water and they disappeared. And there's footage of them getting golfed.
I'm laughing.
And
I shouldn't be laughing.
No, so listen, the caption of the video was, 2 girls in California become whale's lunch. First of all, come on, your news your news channel. Like, what are you doing? Second, I guess they say he lost his appetite for, like, the bottom of the descriptions, like, lost his appetite for humans, so he spit them out. But he spit them out like 2 seconds later.
Really?
They didn't die. Yeah, they didn't die.
That's wild.
You can't swallow that shit. There's 2 girls.
He definitely could swallow that shit.
No. I think I don't know how the internals work, but definitely not.
I feel like it's just Muck City. I feel like it's just.
What movie was it? Or maybe it was National Geographic. I think I'm talking about Finding Dory or something. That happens. No, Shark Tale. You ever watch Shark Tale?
No. Where that happens?
No, it doesn't happen. So Shark Tale, they clean. It's like the cartoon Pixar one. You never seen it?
No.
Anyways, the whole thing is they work at a car wash.
Okay.
And they clean the inside of a whale's mouth. It's like a play. It's like a play on like the fish that actually attach to the thing and clean it.
I got you.
But yeah,
those are those old timey cartoons where there's like.
No, this one. Yeah, this one is definitely at least 15 years old.
That's what I mean. It's just like if you take a look at the cartoons now and stuff, they're very simplified.
And,
like
but
before,
they're very they're actual like movies now. Like Pixar and Illumination is like movies, like with stories. Before it's like, oh, it looks cool, whatever, like cool cartoons and stuff. But yeah, like there's people videoing and there's people screaming in this video, and it's like, what do? You just kind of take the L. If you're somebody watching, it's like they're swallowed. They're gonzo.
That reminds me of that video of the two gorillas fighting in the zoo.
Oh, and
then the lady just goes, "Where's the zookeeper? What the fuck's the zookeeper gonna do?"
You get crunched.
What?
I think
absolutely not.
The zookeeper's got like one of the hardest.
Buddy,
jobs.
you need to just grab your like pipe just. And that's it.
Yeah, they gotta be tranquilized.
That's it. What are you gonna do? Or you like a blow dart and then just wait.
The scariest King Kong next level shit is when a gorilla or whatever you'd shoot a dart at it and then it would just take the dart out and then just keep living. That's the next like King of Planet of the Apes next level fucking shit like that.
Some like Looney Tunes type shit, to be honest.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Exactly.
That's funny.
I also had another thing I want to talk about. I was reading this article this afternoon.
I love your phone background.
Nice. My background.
Turns the phone over.
It's my dog.
Yeah, it's your boy.
It's my dog, Hajbullah. I'm gonna let you react on this blindly before you see A, what he looks like, and B, sort of the details before you. Okay, so a Texas janitor gets caught on camera dipping his genitals into a woman's water bottle, infecting her with an incurable STD.
What?
Okay, do you hear that? You comprehend
Yep, got that.
Okay, what do you think about that, man? Like, what do you think about that?
If something like that happened to me, everything's off the table. I am throwing hands.
If you're the thing, yeah.
If I was the victim of that, like, there's no holding back. Because it's like, oh, something happened. Or like, for example, you're driving on the road and somebody cuts you off. Oh, road rage, whatever. But then the moral compass kicks in. It's like, oh, I don't want to go to jail, and it's really not that big of a deal. If somebody did that,
like life-threatening STD.
If somebody did that, everything goes out the window. I don't care. Okay. They're not. No.
Okay. I'm gonna read a little bit more of the details. So, anyways, it was a janitor that he was peeing in the office's, the big jug of water that you like get from. So he was peeing in that for a while apparently, and then this one lady, she noticed it tasted funny, the water, or something, it tasted weird or whatever it was, and then she started bringing her own water bottle, and that's when she got footage of him dipping his junk in the water bottle.
What the fuck?
And apparently he had 2 STDs that one of them is incurable that she later tested positive for. Okay, and this was I think it was at a school. Yeah, it was at a school. It's a janitor, right? Oh no, it was a medical center or something like that. Yeah, it was a medical center. So, first of all, the irony is just through the charts.
That's wild.
It's just off the charts.
That's
the irony is just crazy off the charts. Can you put 2 and 2 together why I would say that?
I feel like it's going to be really obvious. So I want you to just explain it to me.
What's a janitor's main job?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's
sanitation,
clean and everything. But like
being clean and sanitizing.
No, it's not being clean; it's cleaning.
Cleaning, making things clean, right?
I feel like though, there's no reason, there's no just rhyme and reason that he decided to teabag her water with his balls. This isn't a 2007 Halo 3 lobby. Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like,
let me tell you what
there has to be reason.
Yeah, let me tell you what I think that the possibility is. Okay, don't get me wrong. Janitors go through a lot of shit.
They do. They
go through a lot of shit, right? Yeah. Like they get the worst of the worst. I remember our janitors at school giving us a really hard time. Yeah, having serious problems.
They would give us a hard time, but I don't even want to phrase it like that because they're. Now, here's the thing. My parents raised me. I'm a pretty respectful adult, and so are you. And I was kind of the same way and whatever. But, like, I remember there was kids throwing shit on the wall. Like, literal shit on the wall. Like, it was disgusting. Like, it was...
Yeah, no, they've definitely seen the worst of the worst, right? So, I don't know what happens in certain scenarios there. But, for one thing, I would say somebody pisses on the floor, somebody pisses on the toilet, and you got to clean that stuff up for, like, years upon years.
Yep.
and it just gets to you, right? It just gets.
I think
to you.
so.
At one point, you're mopping up piss one day, and you turn to yourself, and you're like,
And your mop snaps.
yeah. The handle snaps, and you break the rest of it over your knee, and you walk into the office, and you piss in the water jug. That's how it went. That has to be how it went. There's no other way around.
And then she personally did something to him, and then again, 2007 Halo 3 lobby right in her fucking water bottle.
It's great. That's far. That's a personal attack.
That is a personal.
Okay,
attack.
so let me read what it says here. I had a good chuckle at this. Like, what do you got charged for? First of all, she has this STD now.
Yeah,
it's whatever. Like, it's sad, but like, you know what I mean? It's still crazy. So, who worked for the company? I'm not gonna say his name, but who worked for the company for 20 years has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Yo, if anyone's gonna call your junk a deadly weapon, you're going out in style.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you're going out in style. Like that's next level cool stuff.
Did they measure it first? Like
no.
Before making that report?
They also didn't even say what the STD was.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's.
It has to be what? It has to be. Most of them are curable at this point.
Yeah, I don't know,
AIDS?
and it has to do with like no, it's respiratory, so I don't know what they didn't say what it was. They haven't released what the thing was. I don't know.
That's
interesting.
That's wild. That's
interesting,
wild.
right? No, I've first of all, if it was a school, 1,000 times it's worse.
Well, he'd also get charged with some sort of not pedophilia, but like
yeah, it's hard though. It's hard to say.
Indecent exposure / all that.
Because then these kids have that.
That's
that
what,
STD.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's no, not even that. It's just like
well, what I said was a fucking deadly weapon. I guess because he's using his disease as a fucking.
Yeah, like
I guess that's what it's considered, right?
Yeah. No, but I mean, like if it was a school, especially if it wasn't a college, if it was a high school or even worse if it was elementary school.
Yeah.
You'd get charged with everything.
Yeah,
everything a predator would do. Yeah, 100%. Like you can't do that. It's
because he's technically pulled his junk out in a.
Even if it was not seen, like that's still fucked.
Yeah, it's still considered whatever.
That's wild.
I wanted to. Speaking of my background, I want to talk about this little guy
Come on, Matt.
No, he's cool. He's like a lot of people. He's very accepting of his condition. Okay, so Hasbulla is who we're talking about.
He's blowing up again.
Blown up.
So funny.
Bro, I love the trends with him.
It's so good.
It's like me. It's like gym day, and then it's like him saying that. I really wonder, like, there's reports that I've looked into it a little bit more because I really wanted to talk about it, and like, obviously, people talk about him a lot and his size and whatever, and like because everyone loves him, he's so cute and all that stuff. Apparently, it doesn't affect him. That's what reports say. It doesn't. Like the bullying sometimes gets much because like whatever
that's
people.
The internet.
And that's the internet. You're gonna get bullies regardless of what your deal is.
Yep.
But I think like him, obviously super inspirational.
I mean,
like super inspiration. Like how can you not look at someone like him and even Abdul Rozik, the other guy that blew up.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That everyone says, oh, they're so lit. Like they have conditions, but whatever it may be, it's like this guy. He has an NFT collection now.
Mm-hmm.
He's meeting with all these celebrities. He's like this fun. He's beating them up, right? He's joking along, right? How can you not love him? And the trends are off the fucking charts on TikTok.
The one of him eating is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
like straight up. Like there are certain things that get annoying really, really fast. That one there is just they keep getting better. I think.
Yeah.
They just keep getting better. It's so funny.
I'm gonna have it. Tell me this isn't the best picture, bro. Tell me this right here. Oh, please tell me I have it. Please tell me I have it. It was the funniest. Oh, I have it here. Tell me this isn't the funniest picture you've seen. Come on.
He's like a godfather.
You know what this is though? Take Care album, like Drake's Take Care album.
No, I knew that, but it was like that. I immediately thought of like Italian mob boss type thing. But I know the album.
But even regardless of his age, like of his actual age, he's such an old soul.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like he acts way older than he actually is.
But
like,
then it's funny.
Even if he's 19, he acts way older than that.
It's funny though because he's so tiny and it's like.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day who didn't know. People still don't know.
No, he's
somebody turned to me and went,
international.
"Oh, I love that kid," and I'm like, "He's not a kid."
Yeah, I know.
Like he's an adult. Like it's.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, right? And people are embracing it. People are embracing it. Like TikTok is obviously right now. He's trending like crazy.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of shit. There's like a ton of stuff similar to that I want to see. Like people there's a lot recently that I've seen on TikTok especially that people are like embracing their like differences and stuff like that, like their disabilities and all that kind
This
of
is the
stuff.
way the body positivity movement should have been
Yeah.
from the beginning. There's a lot of things. I'm not going to get into it because it's we can have an entire 3 episodes on it.
Yeah.
But this is the way the positivity. Wow.
Positivity.
Yeah, positivity.
Positivity.
This is the way the body positivity movement should have been, realistically, at the end of the day, where it's like you see people, they have something going, and I'm going to use the word something because it's a whole slew of things, whether it's missing a limb, missing a leg, whether it's, something as
skin conditions,
going on
all that
with their
stuff.
face and everything of the sort. People are...
Yeah, okay.
Well, no, I'm just,
I know.
just stop laughing.
I know the phrase.
Matt, this is what we're talking about.
No, okay.
People are embracing it, and people are going out living their lives, and it's great to see. It's great to see that it's the most obvious setback, right? The thing that was holding them back for a very long time is no longer doing that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by setback, and it's great to see.
Yeah,
So,
as cheesy as it is, as like cliche you want to call it, whatever. Literally, it's about just blocking out the haters. Like that's literally
blocking out with the 2 spoons. And,
literally, it's just about blocking out the haters.
Yep.
If you do that, you just embrace the people that are liking the content or liking what you're doing, whatever. Like a great example is, I don't know if you've seen that guy, but it's like Reese Pieces or the Lifesaver gummies. You ever see that guy?
I haven't. No.
I'm gonna show you. I'll show you him after, but I'll throw him up on the screen. So, anyways, he definitely has a condition.
Okay.
Whether it's growth, I don't know exactly what it's called, but whatever. But his voice is obviously like way higher pitched.
Okay.
Than like most people, and he's much shorter than most people and things like that. But he's a dad. I believe he has 2 kids. I don't know how many. I know he talks about one having a birthday, things like that. But people go like off on him because he says like he does like trendy stuff. Like people be like, "Oh, what's your favorite candy?" And the most famous one, he's like Reese Pieces or the Lifesaver gummies. Give me a bag of those and they're gone.
Yeah,
that's like the most trendy ones.
Yeah.
Millions of likes, whatever. But like people like that is and you can tell they get annoyed, right? Because when it gets to the point where like the hate comments outweigh the good ones, because everyone's just memeing, like TikTok and like YouTube Shorts. Everyone in this stage in life, I don't know why. Like I do it. Like we're all victims. Like we all do it, right?
Yeah,
like in one way or another, we try to make a good laugh or whatever. We have a funny thought, but we don't really realize that like we're all just memeing. That's what it is. Like, not to shit on like sometimes it's like sometimes I see like hurtful comment is a different way, but like sometimes you see that and I fucking laugh my ass off. Like I laugh, right? Like not like disrespectful, like you know what I mean.
It was funny though.
But like there's stuff like there's stuff that's like obviously whatever, but
I know exactly.
It's got like 20,000 likes. The comments have like 20,000 likes, 100,000 likes sometimes because people are dying of laughter, right? But it's shit. Everyone's just memeing. I think TikTok is like positive and negative, and people are just constantly memeing about it. Like,
here's a little controversial opinion. I feel if you have a niche that's very, very, very rare to you, right? And first and foremost, you need to have thick skin on social media. It is what it is. You can't not have thick skin. If you don't have thick skin and you cannot deal with criticisms, save yourself the headache. Just lurk. Just be a lurker on social media, okay? It's better that way.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs to make content because a lot of people can't. They can't deal with it. But everyone should have a fair share of attempting to do so.
Yeah.
But if you already know yourself you can't do it and you can't handle that, don't do it. Second thing is, I feel like people, in terms of that, there's good and bad, right? Where we're talking about this body positivity movement, and it's like people are bringing awareness to this. I see it all the time. I see it all the time with amputees who are missing legs and arms and everything of the sort. It's fantastic. And there's good examples and there's bad examples. And there's one gentleman on TikTok, I don't remember if he's an amputee or not, but he's making prosthetic hands and arms that are cheaper.
Oh yes, I've seen it. Yeah, cheaper. Yeah,
and like over and over, and his content is progressing.
Yeah,
but
I've seen that.
His focus is really, really, really good because yes, he's built an audience and everything for himself, but that's just a secondary thing in terms of what his actual, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
But then there are people who like see the fame and taste it a little bit. And especially if you're a Canadian content creator, you get nothing. You don't make money from it. You don't make any money from this at all.
Exactly.
But there are people who are like, "Oh, I'm missing a leg. I'm making content. I just gained 1 million followers because I made one post where I was missing a leg and I made a joke." But then they start doing these things, and then they start.
Well, like a lot of times it's like embracing that your disability.
They're embracing it the wrong way, right?
Yeah, it depends who it is.
That's what I mean. So it's like you see this downfall of content, and excuse me, and the quality of content and everything of the sort, and you're like, what happened? And then all their comments are filled with negativity and everything of the sort. I know but then it's just like,
it's just that platform.
I feel like you did it to yourself. I feel like if you're continuing to do that and you're continuing to feed into the negativity and promoting the negativity by that point, then the video comes out. "Oh, guys, I'm very upset. Please this and that, whatever. I turned my comments off. I'm deleting my channel. Blah 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 blah." Well, you did it to yourself. You have to take accountability.
I think sometimes people don't realize people are like surrounded by people they trust and whatever, and they're never really put in like harsh conditions like that, or they're not so subjected to it. But then once you put it out there, it's like, wow, this is like what the real world is, and people just shit on you, and it doesn't matter what you could have no limbs at all. Like there's one.
Oh, dude, he's just a torso.
Yes, he does makeup tutorials. He's really good at makeup, apparently. Dude. I don't know I don't know how to judge it.
Or there's the other guy who was like there's a film a few years ago. He was like when The Walking Dead was still a big thing. He like dressed himself up as a crawler. There's that dude.
I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah, I know.
A while.
Like there's a gentleman from Toronto where half his body's missing. He's in a specially designed wheelchair. Yeah. He's the guy with the glasses, and he makes content about his disability and a bunch of that stuff. But if you look at his content, right, it's differences and positive things upon. It's not just like, oh, look at me, I'm just disabled.
Yeah, I know. It
is what it. Yeah, no, like he's, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, but it's all changing, right? Yeah. It's all going along the speed of how it's gonna take, and before people realize and things like that, and different approaches to it.
Remember when you were a kid, and the fear that your parents tried to instill in you? Your flash is on. The fear that your parents tried to instill in you of the internet. Did you experience that?
Yeah, but not really, because like I was never told not to use Instagram. I was never told not to use.
No. Go before.
Yeah, like I was never.
Go way back.
The only reason why they were always saying don't use, like because I was using like LimeWire and FrostWire and Napster and shit like that. Yeah. That's the reason why I wasn't allowed to. For the longest time, I wasn't. No one was allowed to use the computer because it was going to give me viruses. I got to throw the computer out.
But I'm even talking about when, like, for example, the wireless network came into play. When Wi-Fi started to become a thing. Where it's like everybody had like a desktop PC, Ethernet, internet was slow. And then all of a sudden, the wireless network started to like, not like right in the beginning. This is a couple years after that. But like it's
the beginning of MSN, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. It started to enter the average household and whatever. There was this fear, right? Because nobody knew.
Yeah,
the internet was raw.
We're also talking like
this was
early 2000s.
Yeah, the internet was raw. Nobody knew what was going on unless you really knew what was going on.
Unless you were like a developer, you had no idea what the hell.
And so it's like the big thing. And then in schools, you'd see it all the time, where it's like, careful what you post on the internet because it's there forever. And then people kind of stuck to that. I don't believe people have that fear anymore. They don't have that fear anymore.
Definitely don't have the fear, but we definitely should be more fearful than we were back then about the
the internet's a very different place now.
Like, but, it's, you know what I mean? It's the evolution of it has just gone absolutely bonkers. And like to say that you shouldn't be afraid every time you open your computer is absolutely outrageous. With anything. Whether you're offline, whether you're doing whatever, the fact that you're even using a device like that that has the capabilities of connecting to such a wide fucking network is ridiculous, right? I want to talk about, speaking of advanced, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, even this, we do this for fun. We're hanging out. We're whatever. How many words have we said over the last 53 episodes? How many words have you said over the last 53 episodes? Right. Where I can take, it would take me a bunch of time, but I can take every one of the words that you have said, I can make you say whatever I want.
Probably.
Just cause.
Probably an audio clip, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe not video, but definitely an audio clip. Well, it's happened, right? You see it, and like shit gets manipulated so easily, right? It's ridiculous. That's how people get canceled and things like that. Like
100%.
Like Andrew Tate's a great example and things like that taken out of context. Andrew Tate's taken out of context, taken in context. There's a lot. There's a mix of both. You know what I mean, sort of. But I do want to talk about.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen. I've seen actual video. Maybe I'll throw it up on the screen if I find it. Of Saudi Arabia's the new city they're putting together. It's called the Line.
The
Line, right?
And it's like tiered, not tiered. It's like different stories.
It's tiered living.
Yeah.
So like, I have a picture here I can show you.
To put it lightly, off the top of my head, I did see this about a month.
You may have seen this, well, just about everywhere. It's the architectural concept that broke the internet.
At first I thought it was a metaverse project, but it is a real project.
And transportation is the biggest one. It's called the Spine.
Yeah.
Right, and it's sort of like an AI-enabled transportation, sort of knows like, and everyone's work is near you. It's sort of like these neighborhoods within the Line, right? So
exactly,
it's
and
sort
everything's close. Everything's within like a 5 or 10 minute walk to you.
Yeah,
so it's like I live here, and everything's gonna be in a circle around me. And if you want to go explore the other bubbles, you can, but it's you don't need to. Everything is there now.
Yeah,
right?
it's 100 miles more, 100 miles in length.
Yeah.
And it's the city will feature 0 cars, 0 streets, and 0 carbon emissions, according to a statement by Saudi Crown Prince. 0 carbon emissions.
The word net. The word
net doesn't. No, it's not in there. But
no, I'm just saying. Like, oh, we're gonna be net. We're gonna be net zero by 2030 or whatever.
No, this one says just a 0 carbon city.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. But I think this is definitely the future. And you want to know why? You want to know why? It's because this is already in play with like the development of a condo building. I see it the concept being very similar. Excuse me.
Yep.
But the way they describe it is sort of taking an entire city and being able to stack it on top of itself 3 times.
Yeah.
And just running that in a certain width along 100 miles, right? So I definitely see the idea in it. Holy Discord messages. I definitely see the ideas. I definitely see the possibility in it. Do I think that it's financially possible right now? Definitely not. Unless it's a $500 billion project. So it's $500 billion to run this project. Money. I believe it. No, I definitely believe it. But I'm saying like, you have to put this in every place. Well, eventually you're gonna see that the world is too small to even do that.
Well, here's the thing, though.
If it's taking up a percentage of land.
Well, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. The first question is I'm gonna ask you both at the same time. Then first question is, would you want to live like that, where everything is within 15 minutes of you?
100%.
The second question is, what happens to the world? What happens to downtown Toronto, downtown Vancouver? What happens to London, England? What happens to New York City? What happens to Tokyo, Japan? What happens to those cities? Demolish, rebuild, all in lines?
So this is what I think. First question that you said, I said 100% I would live in that. 1,000%.
Okay.
For reasons I'll talk about after. Second question you asked, this is what I think would happen. So you ever get like a new PlayStation?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
new PlayStation's kind of a stupid example. Okay.
I like new tech, yeah.
Okay. Let me give you a better example. You build a Lego mansion.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Right? That is whatever, you like it, it's nice. Then you get 1,000-piece puzzle that's missing 900 pieces or 800, that's missing like 100 to 200 pieces that can be acquired from your original mansion layout. Are you gonna destroy your mansion, or are you gonna just buy the extra 200 pieces and build your new set and build your new Lego set? That's the way I think it's gonna work. Is I can take the resources and the materials, sort of what I would assume, if that's a possibility, from a lot of stuff's concrete, so it's difficult. A lot of the infrastructure is concrete, so it's hard. Obviously, it's not as easy as it sounds, but I would definitely believe that if it wasn't built on new land, it's definitely the resources, the functions that go to the main central areas that you're saying, the highly populated areas like Toronto, London. This is talking over like like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
By the way,
this isn't
like at least 1,000 years. I would say.
Yeah, this isn't some. No, it's a bit quicker than that, but this isn't something that's gonna happen
To be fully developed. I think maybe 500 years.
Like 5 generations.
To have just lines, I think 500. Yeah,
like the entire world.
5 generations.
Yeah. I mean,
because if you think about how long it took for us to build these like cities like London, and bro, you know what's crazy? We're gonna go on a tangent because that's what we do here.
Yep, that's about it.
That's what we do here at the RTF podcast. We're tangent city. We took calculus. We took advanced functions, so we're big tangent guys.
Yep, there it is.
So what was I saying? Fuck.
5 generations, lines.
5 generations, the lines, the infrastructure, and I lost it. That's unfortunate.
Nice.
What was I saying? I was saying something about buildings.
Yeah, you're going to take from buildings and stuff. Yeah, you're going to take the infrastructure from pre-existing buildings, and you're going to use it within the next 5 generations to build these lines and save the planet.
Yeah, so I was saying you take the resources and you put them in these lines, and they go all together. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. Oh, okay, I got into it. I got it back, Matt. Thank God. I'm gonna stop talking before I lose it again. Have you seen the outlines or like just the little line segments of the different subways in different major cities across the world?
I saw that TikTok you're referring to.
You've seen the TikTok, but I've actually seen the.
You've seen those subways. Pictures? Well, yeah, I've been to New York, and I've obviously taken the Toronto subway before. What else? I haven't really taken any. I mean, I took public transit in Europe a little bit, but
okay. So let me explain a little bit because I have a little bit more experience. Hold on a second. So the Toronto subway station system, the TTC, gets an absolute 0 out of 0 rating on my scale. 0 out of 0 is the worst. It is the worst by far, and you see it in the TikTok. You see it on the diagrams. You see it. The best transit system I've ever used in the world has to be in London.
Okay. Yeah.
The tube is next level like innovative, goes literally everywhere. Literally anywhere you want to go in central London or whatever. I don't know how many kilometers it takes you outside of it. It's literally brings you everywhere.
I was looking at, just to add to that point, I was looking at the other day the Japan transit system, and to go from major cities by train, depending on just regular train or bullet train or whatever, everything is accessible, and
it's ridiculous, Matt.
Everything, and it's like, oh, I don't want to walk. Okay, let me put it to you this way: where we live and we're currently located, I'm not gonna tell you where, obviously.
We're in Toronto.
It will take me from my house 25 minutes to get to the nearest subway station. It will take you.
Takes me about 15, 20. Yeah,
just because I have to. I live a little drive. I have to drive.
Direct drive. It took me over half an hour, maybe even more, to transit to it.
It would take you about an hour to transit to it. It would take me for sure.
Yeah.
For example, anywhere in Japan, you have subway stations within minutes of each other, or stations within minutes of each other, and it's like, oh, I want to go to where were we looking? Was it Osaka to Kyoto? 30 minutes from city to city.
Yeah.
But keep in mind it's a bullet train or something. I think that's what we were looking at. Don't quote me on that.
But the way we're trashing it,
it's wild, dude.
Yeah, the way we're trashing it is like, you have to also look at history.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. That's the way I think about it. Like, Toronto's is shit. Toronto's is terrible.
The worst.
Our transit system is terrible in terms of like locations and different ways to get places and things like that. It's terrible. However, I do think that London, big places like New York, and obviously Japan, maybe they've had more money invested into their transit system. I don't know throughout history. I'm not a historian anyway, but like, there definitely has been a lot more development specifically intended for transit in those cities that they've made a priority over what we've done here.
Yep.
100%. And it's so obvious when you see the layout. And you hear about the delays, you hear about the flaws in the system and the way and different types of like emergencies that happen that create so many issues and things like that. It's shit to say. It's shit to talk about. To think that we have so much a popular and like developed city, and in Canada we're like recognized as like the biggest, most popular city around the world. Us and Vancouver and maybe Ottawa, maybe Quebec if you want to, or Montreal, sorry, whatever you want to call it, which either one, Quebec City, Montreal. You think about those cities, and we're obviously like number one. When people say Canada, they think
people think Toronto.
When you say I'm going to Canada, it's either I'm going to Vancouver or I'm going to Toronto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the people don't go to Saskatoon. You get me? You get me? Like, you know, like people aren't going out there. People aren't going to Yellowknife. Like, you know what I mean? But it's shit. But I do think history definitely plays a role in it, and I think that it'll eventually get better. There'll definitely maybe be another line, but like I can't even remember how many lines thing has. I think it was like 13.
Dude,
or like
it's wild.
like 9 or whatever it is. London has like ridiculous number of lines.
Let me ask you a question.
There's one that literally goes in London in a circle.
I know.
It's called the Circle Line.
I know. Let me ask you a question. You have to so you have to get somewhere. You have to get from point A to point B, and it says it's going to take you 30 minutes to drive there.
Okay.
I like driving. I love driving. I think driving's great. I like the driving sports. All for driving.
I love Formula 1 now.
Yeah, you love Formula 1
I do.
now? Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
That's good. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next episode.
Podcast.
Yeah. But so you have to pay for your car. You have to pay for insurance. You have to pay for the gas. Okay? And then you have the risk of you driving. You have those 4 things.
Yeah.
Or you spend an extra 10 minutes. So now you have to travel for 40 minutes. But you pay $2.50 one way. So $5 2 ways. And you sit there
doing nothing. Yeah.
Why the fuck would you not just sit there?
Yeah.
But it's not like that. It's not like that. There are some cities where it's basically 30 minutes to 30 minutes. There are some cities where it's quicker to take transit than drive. But for us, if I want to get downtown, I need to drive 25 minutes to the subway. I then need to get on the subway.
Praying there's no delays.
This is no delays, by the way. Then wait 45 minutes on the subway car to get downtown. And then it's like,
no, it's almost triple, I would say, the time. Depending on if you catch a train, depending on if you catch delays, which 90% of the time there is fucking delays.
And so then you're sitting there, you're like, oh, especially on the weekends where it's like, oh, the train's delayed. And now you're creeping along. Oh, what happened?
You know what's
I don't know.
Worst?
Somebody probably fell on the tracks or something.
No, you know what's the worst type of delay? And this is how we're going to close the podcast today. The worst type of delay is when they say we're turning back at a certain station.
Oh, the worst.
And it's like 8 stops before the one you need to get to. That is the worst type of delay.
Everyone knows. Google it. If you don't know what the Toronto public transit system looks like, Google it. It's a U. It's a line.
It's a me.
It's a me. It's a me, Mario. I can do the voice of fucking Mario in the new movie. Anyway.
Oh, we'll talk about that next podcast.
Next episode.
The voice is atrocious. As a Cliff Notes, the voice is atrocious, and as an Italian, I got extremely upset when I first heard it.
Anyway, it's a fucking. I can't now.
It's a you.
Yeah, it's a me. It's a me, a Mario. Yippee! Anyway, fucking, it's the worst. It's the worst thing in the world. And then you're trapped. You're trapped on either one side or you're trapped on the other side.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we can talk about the Mario.
Really quick. Okay. Chris Pratt voicing Mario. Fucking throw it up on the screen. Actually, I'll fucking throw it up on the.
No, it's good. I know what it is.
He did a teaser video, and he was talking to a microphone exactly like this, and then he just goes, "It's me, Mario." No, that's not the voice. That's not the voice. It was the fucking voice.
Yeah.
Are you fucked? Are you fucking kidding me?
You know, I already know. Listen, you know what gets me a little upset? Not even as an Italian, not even as saying he's got to sound like a fake Italian, like whatever. What gets me upset a little more is that, first of all, Nintendo definitely had the biggest influence on this film. It's not like Nintendo didn't have anything to do with this film.
I want you to know something about
everything
Nintendo.
Okay.
Nintendo, when it comes to their own licenses and IPs and everything, you can't breathe without clearing it with Nintendo.
I understand. That's what I'm saying.
It is so lock tight. There are content creators closing their channels because they're making like music content creators are making like renditions of
music,
of Pokemon music, Mario music, Zelda, all this kind of stuff, who are getting banned and copyrighted striked and everything of the sort because it's the same.
It sounds different.
but it's completely different, and they're still just catching it. They're copywriting reaction video. They were at one point they were copywriting. It was like reaction videos. They were copywriting gameplay videos. When that was 5-6 years ago, people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna play the new Super Mario Bros. That came out." Fucking copyright banned, strike.
Yeah.
See you fucking later.
Yeah.
Channel has a strike. You're screwed.
Yeah, literally. No, I think it's like, first of all, how do you get away with that?
That's wild.
And you gotta like when you're producing a film like that, you gotta know that the fans aren't gonna like that. Even Nintendo themselves, you have to know the fans aren't gonna like that. Whether it's a live action, whether it's like a film, like a proper animated film or not, you have to know they're not gonna like that.
Did you hear? And now somebody made the argument.
You build a
where
reputation for so many years.
Charles Martinet, the original voice actor for Mario and them, he does a bunch of characters. Yeah. I understand the whole yippee would be kind of annoying for 2.5 hours. I get that. That's not a problem. Did you listen to the French dub?
No.
And how fucking good the French dub is? It's that. That's what it should have been. I'm gonna pull it up and then we're gonna end it there. Because it's literally the great Mario.
Okay, while you pull it up, I'm hitting the outro.
Yep.
So yeah, that was episode 54. Matt's pulling that up for us quick. Let's hear.
Où est-ce que je suis tombé? Touche pas à ce champignon ou t'es mort!
Oh, autant pour moi. Celui-là, c'est bon, il te fera rien. Tu viens, Mario?
Royaume champignon, nous voilà!
Very good.
What?
Very good.
Come on, man.
Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, I rate that. I rate the French one. The French got it, man. The French hit it on the nose. It's us English fucks. We messed it up. Chris Pratt messed it up.
We fucked it.
Wow, we had it good. The French have it good, man. That's actually okay. Not the best, but because it's in French, but much better than English.
It's significantly
much better.
The voice. I don't know who he is. In the French voice actor. But you can hear the passion, and it's like, it sounds like he's definitely I'm playing Mario. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's good.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode.
We're going to end it there for today. Matt, thank you for coming as always.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
That was episode 54. Make sure to check the links in our description, our TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on all those. We post reels all the time. We post clips all the time. We post all the best stuff, polls, things like that.
Check out the YouTube channel for the live video and the videos that we were reacting to today, as well as other updates coming directly to the YouTube channel specifically. So keep an eye out for that.
Blessings.
Yep.
That was episode 54. Matt, again, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Matt Storino. You can reach me at Matt_Storino on Instagram.
My tag is going to be on the screen, Matt F. Chippetta.
Yeah, just put that on.
I did. I appreciate that.
Oh, nice, huh?
Yeah.
And that's it for us. Thank you for watching. We refreshed your feed so you didn't have to. Peace out.
Yippee! Welcome back to the
Welcome back to the Yip.
Yep.
Come here.
Yeah, but it lightweight.
Yeah, this laundry's lightweight. Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the RTF podcast. Fuck me and Mace.
I'll freeze him up.
Ready?
Let's get it.
All right, I got it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the episode. Fuck me.
Holy shit.